Well, we got in the new campaign trailer for Battlefield 5, and already I want there to be skis on the battlefield. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well today. We got in the Battlefield trailer, and today we're going to break down some of the things I have noticed in this trailer for you guys. One of the first ones and more striking ones is making sense of some of the concept art that we had seen early on during the big Battlefield 5 reveal in May. Saw some images that were leading to believe that there would be skis on the battlefield, and there were people around a snowy mountain range with a lake in the middle of it. Something that was slowly more and more clarified would be some of the multiplayer gameplay, but we were still left with one image that was kind of unsure where it would fall, and I was figuring it would fall under the campaign, and we finally got an image today showing us that that is part of Norderly's campaign, the first real war story that has been really advertised from DICE for us. We saw some of the advertisement from Norderly's story in some of the previous blogs from DICE where they said there'd be multiple scenarios and situations, and reading right off the blog here it says you'll have the ability to infiltrate enemy installations using stealth, take down unsuspecting enemy guards, and utilize evasion to help even the overwhelming odds. If your cover is blown, prepare to face even tougher fights as the enemy will call in reinforcements. Stay mobile and ski the frozen Scandinavian landscapes to move between objects. So again, that's confirmation that we should see a lot of that ski gameplay. I'm not sure if that's going to make it to the multiplayer. I doubt it, considering there's probably only really one good map, which is the Fiel 652 map that kind of has that snowy mountain range that you can actually play on. So it would be cool, don't get me wrong, but this is probably the only thing we're going to see in the campaign. Nice thing is, with the campaigns, we do kind of get teases of things we can see in multiplayer. So throughout all this, I'm really looking to try to see the different maps that we could be playing on. Now, we've seen a good amount of images from all the maps except for one, and that one being Aerodome. This is the final map that the developers have developed for us at launch, and because of this, they said it was going to be the last one that we're really going to be seeing advertised. So I was hoping to get some glimpses of it in this campaign trailer, considering it's under an air base, and we do have a campaign called Under No Flag where it's described as tasked with blowing up German air bases in the scorching North African desert. A young British criminal with poor judgment causes mayhem but learns a valuable lesson. So we see a lot of this character in the trailer, but we don't see much of the Aerodome map. I think we might have seen maybe one good glimpse of it where you see briefly a communication tower being destroyed. I think we see more of the map Hamada, but I would imagine Aerodome will be connected to Hamada, considering they're both taking place in the North African desert. So it will be really interesting to find out more about this map. It's kind of been eluding us, so I'm hoping to see more of it in the coming weeks. And then we have one of the more interesting war stories, in my opinion. This is the Tyrael campaign. Tyrael being roughly translated as skirmisher, rifleman, sharpshooter. These were part of the native Africans that were affected during the colonial period of France that were fighting for France. And what's really interesting is the little description that we have for this campaign lets us know it's high intensity all-out infantry warfare where Senegalese units of the French colonial forces fight to liberate the French homeland that they've never even seen before. So Senegalese is now an actual country in West Africa, to kind of tie everything all together here. So I think this will be really, really cool to play as. We actually see an individual come out and open up these doors, and he's wearing this red type of hat, and if actually you trace that down, I was actually able to find an image of a similar soldier wearing the same type of wardrobe with that red type of cap. He's in khakis with pouches, and actually he's receiving a medal from the French army. So I do think that's pretty cool stuff right there. These are the type of cosmetic items I would like to see introduced on the battlefield, as much as I'm pretty sure that red cap is for ceremonial purposes, and you know, you do have to kind of, you know, recognize those type of things, but those are the type of cosmetic items I think would be really interesting to see more on the battlefield. So hopefully we'll see some stuff in regards to that right there. But again, this will be a really interesting campaign to try out. And finally, we have the Last Tiger campaign that will be coming out post-launch for Battlefield 5, which has some interesting aspects from it from all type of angles here. You got one side of it that's really interesting to see, that we're going to have a campaign coming out post-launch, so it makes you think, Could we possibly be seeing more campaigns coming out in the future? I do hope they end up doing something like that. And then, of course, we see this campaign being described as, in the twilight of World War II, the German army descends into chaos. A lone Tiger tank crew begins to question the ideology that got them to this point. So I think it's really interesting to kind of see the German perspective, and really happy that DICE is going down this route. It does leave you for some very interesting imagery that I think is coming primarily to this specific campaign. We see what looks like a German a tanker that has his son, I would imagine, because you do hear voices of his son kind of in that trailer calling out for his father. And I think we're seeing some imagery here of some map gameplay that doesn't look familiar to anything that we've seen before. I want to say this image we're looking at here is the boy that we saw with the older gentleman that I believe is his father, and he's kind of looking out into this terrain. This is right after you're hearing this kind of voice of this little boy calling out for his dad, and I'm kind of curious what exactly is going on here. So I wonder if maybe we're seeing some early images of one of the first maps that will come out post-launch for Battlefield 5. I don't know. You know, these are the kind of interesting things about campaigns. We kind of might be seeing little teases of some maps from future things for our Battlefield title or not. I don't really know, but this is really interesting regardless. So if anyone wants to tune in onto what exactly they think we're seeing here, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But that is a quick rundown on the trailer for you guys. Feel free to let me know any other things that you guys have pointed out in this trailer. Really cool stuff in my opinion. Definitely will be looking forward to playing this campaign and enjoying this on the battlefield. But that is it for you guys today. Again, I always appreciate you guys being here. I am Livin, and I'll catch you guys again later.